Hello everyone, today we're learning about Mציעא Daf Hayomi. We're going to start 4 lines down the end of the line. Said the Gemara, Ki ave makli Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Elazar Rabbi Shimon ba'ad Adodi. When these two Tanoim would meet, ave ayil bakra de tura benayu. Two oxes could walk in between them because they were so fat and the stomach was so big, so it could walk in between them. Veloy ave nagubu, and it wouldn't touch them because they were so fat. This like type of princess, a Goisha princess, told them, "B'neichem, your kids, einam shelochem, they're not yours because you can't do tashmish. You're so fat." Amrulo, so they told her, "Shelohen, our wife's stomach, Godel Mishilanu is even bigger than our stomach." So she said, "Kol shekain, even more so, you can't do tashmish." So what did they answer back? There's two ways. The Gemara says two turuts in what they told her. Some people say, this is what they told her. They told her this pasuk. It says, that basically that they have a big eva tashmish, and therefore, even though that they're fat, they managed to do tashmish. Some people say that this is this is what they told her. The love pushes away the flesh, and therefore they managed to do tashmish. Frag the Gemara, why did they even bother answering her? It's telling the pasuk, al ta'an ksil kivloso. If someone tells you some ksil dikatainis, don't even bother answering him. So why did they bother answering her? So the Gemara that if they wouldn't answer, people would say, "Oh, the kids are not theirs. The wives had relations with other people, so that's why they had to bother to answer her." Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Ivari de Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yossi, the Eva Tashmish, of Rabbi Yochanan, of Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yossi, is kechamas, is like where you put water in, bastesha kabin, so big, very, very big. Amar Papa, Ivari de Rabbi Yochanan, the Eva Tashmish of Rabbi Yochanan, kechamas bas chamisha kabin, and some people say bas shloishes kabin. The Rav Papa Gufei, the one of Rav Papa, his Eva was Kidekuru de Arpini. Rashi explains like basket that they make in Arpini, it was so big. And the Marashal explains that the reason why the Gemara comes and discusses their sizes, l'chora, it's a bit irrelevant. The Gemara wants to say because someone has a bigger Eva, has a bigger Taiva. And the Gemara wants to tell you, look what big Taivas these people had, these great people had, but still they controlled the Taiva and they were big tzaddikim. Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan says, I, Ishtayori, I'm left over Mishafiri Yerushalayim, from the beautiful people from Yerushalayim. Ahayman, the boy Mechze Shufra de Rabbi Yochanan, if someone wants to see how beautiful Rabbi Yochanan looked like, Nesi Kasa de Kaspa mi Beisalki, he should bring a cup of silver when he comes out of the fire. V'nemalie, and he should fill it paraditze de roimno sumka, he should fill it up with seeds of a red pomegranate. And he should put around the lid, the entrance of the cup, leaves, petals of a red rose. And he should put it between the sun and the shade. That reflection that you see on the floor from it, and that's a little bit of the beauty that Rabbi Yochanan had. Correct the Gemara, we learn Shufra de Rav Kahana, the beauty of Rav Kahana, main Shufra de Ravo. It's a little bit like the beauty of Ravo. And Shufra de Ravo, main Shufra de Yaakov Avinu, is a little bit of the beauty of Yaakov Avinu. And Shufra de Yaakov Avinu, the beauty of Yaakov Avinu, main Shufra de Adam Arishan, is a little bit of the beauty that Adam Arishan has. And that means Adam Arishan was a very, very beautiful man. Why did they not say in this list of beautiful people the name of Rabbi Yochanan? Rabbi Yochanan said he was a very beautiful man. So the Gemara, shiny Rabbi Yochanan, the adras ponim loy havele. The difference is Rabbi Yochanan didn't have adras ponim. Adras ponim, Rashi explains, it means a beard. You see someone with a long, nice beard, even if the person is not so beautiful, he has a kovadik look. So Rabbi Yochanan's beauty wasn't that type of beauty. The list we mentioned before was a beauty of like with a beard, like a kovadik look. And Rabbi Yochanan was more like a model type of look, and that's why he's not on that list. Rabbi Yochanan, he would sit at the entrance of the mikvah. Omar, he said, when the girls come out of the tefillah after the toivel, Lifgu be, they should see me. That they should have kids that are beautiful like me. Gmira Raisa Kavasi and learn Torah like me. The Maharsha explains that, like by Lavan and Yaakov, that he put the sticks that the sheep should see certain shapes, and then they're gonna have certain type of babies, Nekudim, Tluim, wherever it talks about there. So also here, because Bisman attachment before that, just when they come out of the Tvila, they see someone beautiful, so they'll have kids beautiful, and the Chor also means in the essence they'll also have Talmidei Chachamim like Rabbi Yochanan. Amule Rabbanon to Rabbi Yochanan lo nistafi mar meine bisha. Are you not scared for Einara? People look at you and say how beautiful you are. You can have Einara. Amalahu ano mizara di Yosef kasina. I come from the zera of Yosef HaTzadik. The lo shalta beine bisha, that in Yosef HaTzadik Einara was not shoylet. How do we know this? And the Gemara is going to bring two sources. It says Ben Peras Yosef Ben Peras alei ein. Don't read ale ein ele oile ein. Read it oile ein, meaning that the ein aura passes me, it doesn't go on me, and therefore ein aura is not shoylet on the zera of Yosef HaTzadik, and therefore Rabbi Yochanan is not scared from ein aura. Rabbi Yosef Bar Chanina Amar Meracha, he brought a different source that there's no ein aura on the people of Yosef. It says Meracha, it says ve'idgul roiv. The curve earth, they should be like fish. Man dogim shebayom, like fish in the sea. Water covers them. But there's no one could see the fish. They're in the water. Afzara shel Yosef, also the kids and the grandkids, so on of Yosef. There's no ayin nor on them. Tell the Gemara story. Yoim Echad, one day, Rabbi Yochanan bar Rabbi Yochanan was swimming in the Jordan River. Chazir Rish Lakish saw him. V'shav Yardena Basra, and he jumped after him from one side to the other side to Rabbi Yochanan. Now Rashi says that Rish Lakish was a listim, was a robber, and it's not clear if he ran after him to rob him or because he was very beautiful, like we saw, and he wanted to maybe do a vera of him or something like that. It's not very clear what the reason why he jumped after him. Amalei, so Rabbi Yochanan saw how Rish Lakish jumped such a big jump. He told him, Cheloch, your strength, L'raisa, should be navigated to learning Torah. Amalei, so Rish Lakish told Rabbi Yochanan, Shufrach, you beauty, Lenoshi, should be for women. Why is a man so beautiful like you? Amalei, so Rabbi Yochanan told Rish Lakish, if you do tshuva, Yavinoloch, I'll give you Achoisi, my sister, the Shapir Minoi, she's even more beautiful than I am. Kabil alei, Rabbi Yochanan, Rish Lakish accepted in himself all Torah. He wanted to jump back to the other side of the river to collect his kalim. He couldn't jump back, and Rashi explains because he was mikabel on himself all Torah. He couldn't jump back. He didn't have the strength because Torah mateshes koicha shel adam. And the shverkeit is that's if you learn Torah. He didn't learn Torah anymore. Not anymore. He didn't learn Torah yet. He just planning. He was just mikabel on himself to learn Torah. So they say it's like an athlete who goes to the Olympics. All he's focusing about is to jump on top of a pole a certain height, and every day he jumps another millimeter higher, and he eats specific food, and he's very focused. So that's all his focus. That's all his goal in life. So he manages every day a little bit more. But once his focus, if he changes his focus and suddenly he wants to be an athlete, but he also wants to be something else, since his focus is not there, he doesn't have that strength anymore. So because Rish Lakish already decided that he's not focusing on to be a ganev and a listim, already his powers went down and he got already the koach of the Torah that made him weaker. Says the Gemara, Akrei Rabbi Yochanan taught him Chumash, Ba'atnei Alim the Mishnayos, V'shavir Gabriabra, and he made him a big Talmud Chacham. Yoim Echad, one day, Abba Maflige B'Midrasha, they had the argument in the Beis Medrash. It says, Asayif, Asakin, V'Apigyun, V'Aromach, V'Magal Yadu, Magal Kotzer, all these type of knives and swords and different types of kalim, of a type of knife, some are to cut the wheat, different types of knives. When are they mikabel tumah? Because we know that a keli is only mikabel tumah when it's gmar melachtom. So it says mishas gmar melachtom from when they're ready. When is it called that this knife is considered gmar melacha? So Rabbi Yochanan from the kivshon, once you put them in the fire, now you can use it as a sword, so it's good enough. Rish Lakish Amar, no. After you put them in the fire, they'd put them in the water and they'd make it nice and shiny. So Rabbi Yochanan said, very good, the sword could be used even without being in the water and it's sharp and thing, but that's not enough. A sword has another tachlis, it's to scare people, and when it's shiny, it scares people more. So therefore, only when it goes in the water, it's considered Bar Melacha. So Amalei, so Rabbi Yochanan told Rish Lakish, oh, you are listing, you are a robber, you know very good about swords and knives. So that's how you know that the part of the tashmish of the sword is that it should look scary. Amalei, so Rish Lakish told Rabbi Yochanan, honestly. So now I'm going to try explaining the Marashos Pshat that he connects between Rashi and Tosfos. And he says that Rish Lakish told Rabbi Yochanan, honestly, what did you gain to me? Awesome Rebbe Korelei, Acher Rebbe Korelei. Meaning, because Rish Lakish, before he was a listim, he was a Talmid Chacham. And then he became a listim, and then he became again a Talmid Chacham. So he said, even before I was a listim, I knew that the Gemar Melacha is putting in the water, and it's nothing to do with that I was a listim. I know this fact. But Rabbi Yochanan understood that he's saying to him that what did you gain me when I was a listim? I was also called a Rebbe, and I was called the head of the robbers, and now I'm a head of the Talmid Chacham. What did you gain? So Rabbi Yochanan was very hurt. What do you mean, what did I gain you? I made you get close to Hashem. This is what Rabbi Yochanan answered him. Amalei, Rabbi Yochanan told Rish Lakish, Aniloch, why I gained to you that crab, that I got you closer, Tachas Kafeh Shechina, I got you close to Hashem. Rabbi Yochanan got very upset when Rish Lakish told him the way he understood Rish Lakish, and therefore Rish Lakish got ill. Asoye Achte, the sister of Rabbi Yochanan, who was married to Rish Lakish, as we know the story we just learned. Kobachia, she cried to Rabbi Yochanan, Amrle, she told him, I have a kid, I don't want him to be a Yosem. Amalo, don't worry. Tell him the pasuk, As ve'yisoymech, don't worry about the Yisoymim ani echye. I'll take care of them, says Hashem. So the sister of Rabbi Yochanan told Rabbi Yochanan, make care, I don't want to be almona. Amalo, it says at the end of that pasuk, trust me, it will be good. Noch nafshe de Reb Shimon Lakish passed away. The Avakam Mitzvah, Rabbi Yochanan Basri Tuva, Rabbi Yochanan was very upset about it. He doesn't have a chavrosa anymore. Amru Rabbanon said the Talmidei Chachamim, man leizel leis v'ledate, who should we send to calm Rabbi Yochanan down? Neither Rabbi Elazar ben Pedos, let's send Rabbi Elazar ben Pedos, the Mechadedim Shmaite, that he's very sharp in his learning. Ozal, he went, Yosef Kamei, he sat in front of Rabbi Yochanan, called me Sadava Oma, anything that Rabbi Yochanan said, Rabbi Yochanan, Oma Leis, or Rabbi Elazar ben Pedos told Rabbi Yochanan, Tanya de Messiah Loch, I'll bring you a brisa that says like you. Omar, so Rabbi Yochanan told Rabbi Elazar ben Pedot, Atkvar Lekisha, are you like Rish Lakish? Bar Lekisha, the son of Lakish, that means Rish Lakish, ki Ave Amina Milsa, when I would say something, Ave actually, Esrim Rabbi Kushiyaisa, he'd ask me 24 questions, Umefarkinale, Esrim Rabbi Peruki, and I'd find him 24 answers to his 24 kashas. Umimela, and therefore Rav Chashmaitza was very clear, the whole sukya was very clear. And when I say something, you tell me, I bring you right to what you said. Do I not know that what I said is true and it's good? What I need the Tani de Messiah loch. Avekos the Rabbi Yochanan went, the Koramani, and he tore his clothes, the Kobochi, and he was crying. Where are you, Rish Lakish, the son of Lakish? And he was screaming until he became not normal. Rabbanon asked Rachamim from Shemayim, and Noch Nafshe, and Rabbi Yochanan passed away. It's an interesting story to understand exactly what Rabbi Yochanan was so upset about, and they couldn't even be moichel him about. It's an interesting agadeta. So the Gemara Pidalad Omid Beis. Now we're going back to the story about Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon. We said that he used to catch a ganovim and send them to the king, and they'd kill these ganovim. So even though that the story that he put his fat in the sun and it didn't get ruined, he wasn't sure, he was scared, maybe he sent someone to get killed, someone who was a tzaddik. He was mikabel on himself, Yisurim. But at night, Ave Meichele would bring him shitinamte, 60 type of sheets to put underneath him to lie on. Letzafra in the morning, Nagde Mitute, they take underneath him, Shitin Meshichle Doma, Bekiva, he'd have so much pain and so much like tzaras and shchim that they'd take underneath him 60 Meshichli. Shichli is a type of little like buckets full of blood and pus and disgusting stuff that would come out of him. The next day, Abdullah Dibitai, his wife, made him shitin mini laughter, 60 types of figs that would make him better. And he'd eat them, and he'd get better. His wife never let him go to Beis Medrash because she didn't want that Rabbanon shouldn't bother him. She said he's a sick man. Rabbanon will ask him lots of kashas and he'll get even more sick. But at night, in the evening, Omalu, he tell the Isurim, Achai v'rai, my brothers and friends, Bo, come Isurim on to me, because he wanted Isurim to Mimchapa if he did something wrong. But Safra in the morning, Omalu, he told the Isurim, Zilu, go away, Mipnei Torah, I could learn Torah, because if I have Isurim, I won't be able to learn Torah. Yom Echad, one day, Shama de Bitayu, his wife heard him that he's calling the Isurim on him. Omrle, she told him, you're bringing the Isurim on yourself. You're going to finish the money for my father's house because it was cost a lot, the medicine, the figs and the sheets every night and the whole process, all these things cost a lot of money. Imrida, she was married in him, Oslo, the base Nosha, she went to her father's house. So Saliku also anach shitin sapunoi. So Rashi explained that there were these 60 sapunoi of people who go into the sea who, like in Hebrew you call them malachim, that they go into the sea and they had boats and they nearly sinked in the sea and they davened to Hashem that B'schus Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon they should get saved, and they got saved. So they came up. Ailule, they brought him shitin up the 60 slaves. Kinakiti, they each one was holding shitin arniki 60 wallets. Va'avdule, and they'd make him shitin minilap the 60 types of this medicine that's made out of figs, types of figs, eating va'ochilu, and he did it and he'd get better. Yom Echad, one day, Omole Liberta, the wife of Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon, told the daughter, Zili boki bavuch, my kavideidna, go have a look how your father's coping without me. You know, I was taking care of him. How's he managing without me? As she went. Omalos, Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon told his daughter, Zili Omri leimach, go tell your mother, Shalonu, our richness now with these people who gave the slaves and everything, God and Mishalayim is bigger than your richness. Korea Nafshe, he called on himself, Rabbi Shimon, that he got to richness from far away from the people from the ships. Ochal v'shoti, he'd eat the 60 types of figs, and it'd get better. And Nofak lebeim midrash, and he'd go to Beis Medrash because his wife wasn't stopping him anymore to go to Beis Medrash. He brought in front of him 60 types of blood of nida to check if it's called blood that's tame or not. Tarinu, he matar all of them. Rabbanon were talking and they were saying, do you think Lesbo had Sofik in all these 60 types of blood, even one of them wasn't a Sofik that he said they all tar? Omalehem, so Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon told the Rabbanon, Inka Moisihu, if it's true like me that they all tar, you kulam schorim, all the babies of these women will all be male, being lav, and if not, there'll be minimum one girl in between these babies that were born from these women who brought the blood in front of him. You kulam schorim. They were all the babies that were born were all male. And they called the kids, these boys that were born, on the name of Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon. And we here see that the minig those days was like the minig Asfaradim, that they called someone, a baby, on the name of someone who's still alive. Tanya, Omar Rebbe said, Kama Priya Veribia Bitla Risha Zum Yisrael. The kingdom who made Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon to catch the Ganovim, and Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon couldn't go to Beis Medrash as often, how many babies, how many Pruv Yurvia they took away from Israel, because if you'd be mitar more blood, there'd be more babies. When Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon was going to pass away, he told He told his wife, Yudano, I know, but the Rabbanon, that they upset of me because I sent lots of people to get killed because they were Ganovim, and some of them, they were relation of Rabbanon. So I know they're upset with me. And they won't cover me properly. Ugni b'shapir. Ugnim b'aliyossi. Put me, when I pass away, put me in the attic. Don't be scared for me. Omar Rabbi Shimon ben Achmani, Ishtoile ime de Rabbi Yochanan. I heard from the mother of Rabbi Yochanan, the Ishtoile de B'tai de Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon, that the wife of Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon told the mother of Rabbi Yochanan, who told me, Loi pochus mitam nisri, loi tfei me'esrim retreshnon. It wasn't less than 18 years, and it wasn't more than 20 years, 22 years, Ugnisa Ba'alisa, that Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon was lying in the attic after he passed away. Ki ava salikne me'inona, when I'd go up, I'd look at his hair. When one hair would fall out of his head, there'd be blood over there, as if he's a live person. One day, I saw a worm coming out of his ear. I got weak. Rabbi Shimon came to me in the dream. Don't be worried. And this is why it happened to me. This is why the worm's coming out of my ear. One day, and I heard someone talking bad about Talmid Chacham, and I didn't do a proper mecha. It's mashma, I did a mecha, but not enough of a mecha, and that's why worms coming out of my ear, but nothing to be worried about. When two people would come in front of Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon after he passed away to din, but they would stand at the door. Omar Maramil say, Reuven would say, this happened. Maramil say, Shimon said, no, this happened. A voice would come out from the attic, and he'd paskin Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon after he passed away. He still paskined. One day, the wife of Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon had a fight with her neighbors, and they told her, you should be like your husband. They cursed out, you should be like your husband that wasn't zeicha to be buried. So the Chachamim said, if already people are talking and saying that Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon is not buried, it's not bakovadik. It's too much that people are talking about it. That's one pshat why they decided to bury him, and now we're going to say another pshat why they decided to bury him. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai, the father of Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon, who soon is his yahrzeit in a few days, and unfortunately not many people will be zeicha to go up there to his keva. Came to the Rabbanon in a dream. Amalu, he told them, pray the achatz yeshli b'neichem. I have a little chick, like my son is in between you. And you don't want to bury her, that his neshama should come up to Shemayim. Also, Rabbanon decided they're going to go bury him. The people who lived nearby in a place called Achbaria didn't let Rabbanon bury him. Why not? In all those years that Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon was in the attic, a bad animal, a wolf or lion, didn't come into their city, so they felt that with the protection of Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon. So one day, it was Erev Yom Kippur. They were busy. The people of Bnei Achbari were busy with getting ready for Yom Kippur. Rabbanon sent to the people of Bir to go get him. And they took him to Aryeh. And they took him to Miron, to the Ma'ara of Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. They found la'achnaf, a snake, the adrele marosa, that sat at the entrance of the snake in a circular type of way, like a snake sits, where the tail and the mouth is close. Armulo. So they told the snake, achna, snake, peschi picho, open your mouth, separate, go out the circle, and let us go past, v'yichones ben etzel aviv, and let the son go into the ma'ara to his father. Pasachlu, we opened its way and let them in. Sholach, and they buried him, and as we know, when we go to Miron, in the back entrance over there's a little place over there where they say that's a keva of Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon, and the pashtus, the keva itself is far down underneath, not on top. Sholach Rebbe l'daber be'ishtoi. Rebbe wanted to marry the wife of Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon, so she sent someone to ask her. She sent back, someone who Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon used. I was a wife of Rabbi Loza bar Rabbi Shimon, was a big tzaddik. Someone like you, who's choil compared to him, will be married to me. And the Gemara brings a mashal to this that people say, like a saying, Tamon Omri, in Babel they say, sorry, in Eretz Yisrael they say this marshal. But after the Mori base of Tolizaina, in a place where the master of the home puts his kalim, like on the hook, his hook, Kul Varaya Kulose Tola, the poshta shepherd should hang over there his kalim. No, it's a Balabais' place to put his kalim. So basically the same thing like we're saying over here, that Reb Lozer Reb Shimon, it was his wife. It's not Bakovadik, the Rebbe is like on a lower darga, should be married to her. Sholach Los, the Rebbe sent to her, Need the Betur Godem, and very good that Reb Lozer Reb Shimon is greater than me in Torah, but b'maisin tovim mi Godem many, is he greater than me in Midas Toivus and Maisin Tovim? Sholach Oleis, she sent back to Rebbe Betur, I never knew that he was greater than you in Torah. Thank you very much for telling me this. But Maisim Yodana, I know that he's greater than you, Maisim Tovim, do Kobilo le'Yisuri. There was Mekabel on himself such great Yisurim. Said the Gemara, but Torah Mai, how do we know that he was greater in the Torah? When Rabbi Shimon Gamliel, who were Gdolei Adora, Rabbi Shimon Kocha, they were sitting on benches. Yosvu Kamai Rabbi Lozer Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Aryeh, they were a younger generation. They sat on the floor, and Rebbe was a son of Rabbi Shimon Gamliel. So Makshu, that asked Kasha. So Maparkia and Rebbe and Rabbi Shimon had to roots him. Amru, so the Gdolim said, Nimeim and Shoisim were drinking from the water, and they're sitting on the floor. Avdulu Safsoli, they gave them benches. Askino, and they put them up there. Omar and Rabbi Shimon Gamliel, that his son was Rebbe, and they put him on the bench now. Pray my son's with you, and you want me to lose it, because now everyone's going to say, look at Rebbe, who's so young, is sitting on the benches like the old people of the generation. It's going to be Ainara. I don't want that to happen. Achtul, Rebbe, they put Rebbe down, because they said, oh, we don't want him to have Ainara. Omar Rabbi Shimon Kocha, Mishi Yesh Lo Yav, Rebbe, who has a father who's taking care and saying to put him down, they shouldn't have Ainara. Mishain Lo Yav, Rabbi Lozer Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Shimon already passed away, and no one's making sure they shouldn't get Ainara. Yomus, he's going to have Ainara. Achtu, Namili Rabbi Lozer Rabbi Shimon, they put Rabbi Lozer Rabbi Shimon also down. Cholash Dati, he got upset Rabbi Lozer Rabbi Shimon. Omar Chashvisu Lo Kavasi, comparing me to Rebbe. Until that day, when Rebbe would say something, Abba Misayele Rabbi Lozer Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Lozer Rabbi Shimon bring a riot to him. From here onwards, Omar Rebbe. Yeshli Loshiv, and Rebbe would say, oh, I have a teretz to this, a kasha to this. Omar Rabbi Lozer Rabbi Shimon, Kach v'kach Yeshli Loshiv. I know this is what you're going to say. This is the answer to what you're going to say. Ashto akifunu b'tshuvas chavilo she'en bo imamish, where he's surrounding me with answers that are not even nothing, they're empty. Cholash dati the Rebbe got upset. He felt that he doesn't, he's weak. Look at Rabbi Lozer Bar Shimon, he knows so much. Also, Omale Lavoy, he shared this with Rabbi Shimon Gamliel, that was his father. Omale, Rabbi Shimon Gamliel told him, Bni, my son, don't be upset about it. Aryeh ben Aryeh, he's a lion, the son of a lion. Rabbi Lozer, the son of Rabbi Shimon Yochai, he's a lion, the son of a lion. Vato, you Aryeh, you're a lion. But Ben Shul, I'm only Rabbi Shimon Gamliel said of himself, he was honored, I'm only a fox. So that's why as great as Rabbi Lozer Rabbi Shimon. Says the Gemara, this is what Rebbe says, Shloisha and Vosimen, there are three people who are big and anovim, ve'eluhem, and these are the ones. Abba, my father, like what we just saw, Ubnei Besera, like we're going to see in the next year, Yonasan ben Shol, who was also big anovim. Today is 29 days that are 4 weeks and 1 day to the Oima, and we should all be zoicha to understand the depth of this Agoda. We should be zoicha to remember the Gemara we learn. And we should be zoicha to do chazar in it. Shkoyach.